Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. My name is Norizan Rahim. I am from School of Distance Education, Universiti Sains Malaysia. I'm here to present my research topic with regards to the integration of competencies and self-efficacy towards engagement findings from the pilot study. The background of the study, an important aspect of students learning and being satisfied with the online courses is the student engagement, and within the context of the online learning, student engagement is crucial since online learners appears to possess infrequent chances to be engaged with the institution, with their universities. So it is important to form various opportunities for the student engagement in the online context settings. According to Bana et al. 2015, they claim that engagement is the key solution to the issue of learner isolation, dropout, retention, as well as graduation rate in the online learning. Moving on to the problem statement, self-efficacy in the specific online course refers to the skill of using online learning technologies, which are considered as a very important, and these skills including, for example, the use of emails, discussion boards, and internet searches. Previous researchers has found conflicting results regarding relationship between technology self-efficacy and students' performance and satisfaction with the online courses. And technology self-efficacy was a poor predictor of the final grade and satisfaction in the online courses. In contrast, technology self-efficacy is positively related with online learning performance. Alright, moving on to the gaps in the literatures. Studies on the distance education in Malaysia have focused mainly on the following research. Number one is about the students' online reading strategy. Challenges of adult distance learners in learning English, exploring social presence in the online forum, effect of an online writing platform on students' performance in narrative writing, as well as the personalities style among adult distance education students. Very little is known about the interaction between online teaching competencies and self-efficacy to push up the online student engagement, and therefore this study would like to propose the conceptual framework to examine the effect of online teaching competencies on online students engagement moderated by self-efficacy within the online distance education context. Next, as the significance of the study, the current study provides an enrichment value by proposing a self-efficacy which can be used to moderate the relationship between online teaching competencies and the online student engagement in the distance education setting. The findings of this study will be significant to the management of the Malaysian education setting, institution in developing context to be aware of perceived online teaching competencies among their students, and the self-efficacy they apply to improve their engagement. This also will help students to strengthen their orientation programs for students and initiate concrete steps in developing good mechanism for counseling services for the students. Alright, moving on to the research objectives. To fill up the gaps in the literature, it is worth to conduct a study with the following research objectives. Number one, to investigate whether online teaching competencies has a significant relationship with the online student engagement. Next, to examine whether self-efficacy moderate the relationship between online teaching competencies and student engagement among the distance learners. Alright, as we can see in this current slide, it shows the conceptual framework and the hypothesis for the study. As we can see, the IV of the study is the online teaching competencies, the DV is the online student engagement, and moderated by self-efficacy. So, based on the framework, research hypotheses have been developed as follows. H1, online teaching competencies has a significant relationship on the student engagement, and as for H2, self-efficacy moderates a significant relationship between online teaching competencies and online student engagement. Alright, as for the research instrument, there are three variables involved in the research framework. Number one is the DV is student online engagement. This item based on Dixon, the numbers of items are 19, and student engagement, online student engagement refers to the student engagement in the online learning environment. Whereas for self-efficacy, this study adapts the 8 items from Artino and McCoach 2008, which refers to the belief or capabilities of what they can do in the specific domain. And finally, as for online teaching competencies, which refers to the list of tasks of successful online teaching, this study adapts the items from Bigatel et al. 2012 with 30 items. Alright, moving on to the research methodology. The research design of this study is a quantitative approach. Sampling technique. As for the sampling technique, it has used the purpose sampling. The unit of analysis was at the individual level, I mean the online student learners. As for the sample size, this study followed the rule of thumb by Bosco 1975. And as for the data collection procedures, data was collected using the online survey instrument. And as for the data analysis technique, it involves 2 phases. Phase 1 is by using SPSS, and phase 2 by using Smart PLS. Okay, I will discuss, since this study is a findings from the pilot study, I will discuss on the pilot test before the findings from the pilot test. Yeah, since items used in this study were drawn from previous empirical studies, this study assumed that the pre-test was not necessary. However, a pilot test was conducted to determine whether the items in the questionnaires are clear and acceptable. So the data collection lasts for 2 weeks in December 2019. Out of 30 targeted respondents, only 24 of the distance learners have responded in the pilot test. I will please refer to table 1. From table 1, we can see the frequency analysis of the online teaching competencies. In terms of gender, it shows that female participate more in the study, and in terms of age, the highest number of respondents are within the range of 45 to 54 years old. And as for the years of study, majority of the respondents are within students that are in more than a fifth year in the program. And okay, regarding the perception of self-efficacy is presented as the frequency analysis in table 2. In terms of gender, as we can see, more respondents in terms of gender, in terms of gender, 82% of a female respondent agree with self-efficacy. In terms of age, 100% from the students within 25 to 34 years old agree with self-efficacy. And in within the as for the years of study, 100% of the students which are in above 5th year of the program agree with self-efficacy. Alright, moving on to table 2, the frequency analysis on online student engagement shows that in terms of gender, 85% of the female respondents agree with the online student engagement. In terms of age, 100% of the students that comes from age within the range 25 to 34 years old agree with the statement on online student engagement. And as for years of study, 100% comes from both 4th years of the study and more than 5th years of the study agree with the statement on online student engagement. Result from the pilot test. Table 4 presents the descriptive analysis statistics for the variables used in the study, and the respondents rated themselves high in terms of online teaching competencies, which is with mean of 4.0, while self-efficacy was moderated with mean of 3.59, and the respondents revealed that they have high online engagement with 4.18. Alright, next the result of Chromba alpha reliability coefficient for all the variable in the pilot study is shown in table 5. Generally, the lowest acceptance limit of Chromba alpha is 0.6 to 0.7. This is the rule of thumb by Head all to 1998. As a conclusion, the reliability of the construct in this study are range from 0.708 to 0.870, which all within the acceptance limit of reliability as obtained in the previous of the literatures. Online. The instructor adheres to the university's policies regarding federal education rights and Privacy Act. This one item to be deleted as it is irrelevant within to the students within the Malaysian online setting, distance learning setting. As for moderator, self-efficacy, the item has been slightly revised. We changed the word teacher to instructor, and as for the online student engagement, we be specific, which we revised the word video lecturers to WebEx recording, and doing well on the test or quizzes. Doing well, we changed to doing well on the online quizzes or tests. Yeah. As for the conclusion, the findings of the pilot study indicate the positive correlation among the study variables, and hopefully the findings from the main data collection later will be significant to the management of the Malaysian distance education institution in developing context to be aware of perceived online teaching competencies among their students and self-efficacy they apply to improve their student engagement. And this also, hopefully this study will also help the institution to strengthen their orientation programs for the online students and to initiate concrete steps in developing good mechanism for the counseling service, especially for the students of distance education. So I thank you. That is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much.